Coming up on the Angus Report, embracing ranching in the genomic age.
Ways to capture added value on your next set of calves.
A look at trends in antimicrobial resistance.
And how one Montana rancher keeps a passion for the commercial business top of mind when producing seed stock genetics.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. The dawn of the computer age relied on binary code, ones and zeros, to create new technologies that forever altered how society operates. Now the use of life code in genomics and its applications is poised to propel society into a new era of advancement, particularly in agriculture. That was the message of Juan Enriquez, who spoke at the Angus Convention in Indianapolis this November. Enriquez is a venture capitalist and best-selling author who has studied genomics and its applications for 3 decades. He says the people who understand consumer needs and embrace technology as a means to feed the world will ensure a product that's valued on the global scale.
If anybody understands the power of genetics, if anybody understands why genetics is important, why new technologies are important, it's the agricultural sector, and especially sectors as advanced as the Angus sector and some of the cattle sectors, because they've understood that branding matters, they've understood that quality matters, they've understood that breeding matters, they've got new instruments to do that better and better. And that leads to a product that becomes a global valuable product. And it leads to a differentiation, so it's not a commodity product. So a lot of people are afraid of technology and a lot of people are afraid of genetics, not the sector. And that's what's going to keep it alive.
Enriquez was a keynote speaker at the International Genomic Symposium sponsored by Neogen GeneSeq Operations during the Angus Convention. Read much more and view other clips from the event in our newsroom online at angus.media.
If you want to improve profitability on your cow-calf operation, the options are simple. Wean more calves, wean heavier calves, or add more value. That's according to Merck Animal Health veterinarian Kevin Hill. By focusing on improving genetics, nutrition, and herd health, you give your calves a competitive advantage in today's quality-driven market.
The areas that I think are most impactful, have the biggest influence on profitability would be genetics, which is obvious for Angus breeders. They are real focused on that. Nutrition is really important. It's kind of the foundation of everything else that goes on. And then our vaccination protocols, keeping cattle healthy so they can perform. We've got the benefit of looking at about 20 years of superior data to give us a really good idea of what the value of vaccination is. Typically that a VAC 34 calf is worth around $20 more per head, and a VAC 45 calf nearly $50 per head more than that calf that's not preconditioned.
Merck Animal Health offers a herd health manager smartphone app to guide cattlemen and their veterinarians when developing a health plan. You can read more about Kevin Hill online at angus.media.
A recently released report indicates reduced prevalence of antibiotic resistance in pathogens and reduced overall prevalence of foodborne pathogens. The integrated report from the National Antimicrobial Resistance Monitoring System, a partnership between FDA, CDC, and USDA, also suggests that while trends look positive, some work remains in the livestock sector to continue to minimize antimicrobial resistance. The magazine Bovine Veterinarian notes that the new report contains data from samples collected in 2014 and therefore does not reflect FDA policies since instituted, such as guidance that removes label indications for performance uses of medically important antimicrobials in feed. That guidance becomes fully implemented along with veterinary feed directive rules in January 2017. The full report is available at fda.gov. The American Angus Association was proud to sponsor one of its own during the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, Nevada. Matt Reeves of Cross Point, Texas, represented the business breed while competing among the nation's best steer wrestling contestants. We caught up with Matt and heard about his experience at the NFR.
The NFR is the largest, scariest thing you've ever been to, whether it's your first time or your last time, because think about doing the one thing you're going to do all year that's going to determine how people look at it, and now do it on television. It was a good 10 days. I placed in 7 out of 10 rounds. I moved in the world standing from 12th going in to 2nd coming out. I was extremely excited to help represent the Angus Association and the members and what it stands for. We run cattle. We keep Angus bulls on them. We run commercial cattle. And so I enjoyed the people I got to meet while at the NFR. It was a wonderful experience. I'd like to say thank you to everybody that was supportive and sent messages and posted and commented on things from social media and everything else. But I would like to say thank you for all the support. It does mean the world that people are behind you. I appreciate this organization getting behind me, and like I say, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
We go now to Jenna McCrell with a look at what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
The American Angus Association invites you to celebrate Christmas with an all-new episode of our documentary series, I Am Angus. We'll share stories of families committed to the Angus breed and remember everyday blessings that come from the ranching way of life. Visit rfdtv.com for a broadcast schedule in your area. And the association looks forward to hosting cattle producers for an evening event held during the upcoming National Western Stock Show in Denver, Colorado. On Wednesday, January 11th, we celebrate a century of Angus in the West with activities in the historic Stadium Arena. The National Western Angus Bull Sale kicks off at 5 p.m., where more than 50 lots of elite Angus bulls will be sold. The Angus Foundation heifer package will also be offered, which includes an outstanding female donated by the Stevenson family at Basin Angus Ranch in Montana. The evening wraps up with live entertainment provided by Texas country band Jake Hooker and the Outsiders. We invite you to celebrate with us in Denver. More information is online at angus.org. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
When we return, a Montana rancher who has a passion for supplying quality seed stock for commercial producers.
Then we celebrate the history and tradition of the National Western Stock Show with a report from our friend Dan Green.
Visit angus.media to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
The Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health, the makers of Safeguard Cattle Dewormer. Healthy cattle perform better. Add Safeguard, add pounds. Contact your veterinarian or animal health supplier today.
This isn't a 9-to-5 job. So when you check the pens one last time, put away the tools, and make sure everything's ready to hand off to the night crew. It's not the clock that tells you the day is over. It's the confidence of knowing you got it right. It's having one less thing to worry about when the sun goes down. So when you see the signs of BRD, choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health. Talk to your veterinarian about Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Here we go. Volunteers of the Untitled Project, 9.5. He's got the right kind of guy. 72.5. 72.5. He's up for the yard line. He's 77.5. 67.5. 65. 67. That's old though.
The National Western Angus Bull Sale, an evening of celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us Wednesday, January 11th in the historic Stadium Arena. The show's at 8 a.m. The sale begins promptly at 5 p.m. Post-sale live entertainment with Jake Hooker and the Outsiders. A favorite time of the year is calving season, but along with that special time are dangers, extra stress, and increased labor. Safety Zone Calf Catchers is all about safety and making processing new calves easier. Designed for ATVs or UTVs, one person can do the job and never be threatened by the protective mother cow. Make this and every calving season safer and easier with Safety Zone Calf Catchers. Watch videos and customer testimonials or order yours today at safetyzonecalfcatchers.com. Immediate shipping available.
Support the Angus Foundation during the National Western Stock Show. 44 Farms offers an elite heifer that comes from the heart of the 44 Farms embryo program. Sired by the record-selling trending 4413 and produced by the proven dam Rita 2H12. She'll be offered as part of a new evening event at the National Western, celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 5 p.m. in the historic Stadium Arena, or bid online at liveauctions.tv.
Here's your chance to support the Angus Foundation during the National Western Stock Show. DAMERON Angus offers an outstanding heifer pregnancy that combines one of the industry's most valuable matings, COLBURN PRIMO 5153, one of the hottest show sires of 2016, and the high-income producing dam DAMERON Northern Miss 3114. Place your bids during a new evening event at the National Western celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us on Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 5 p.m. in the historic Stadium Arena, or bid online at liveauctions.tv.
We have 4 silencer chutes. Worked out good. We use them every day, and then we just had great luck with them. We have a commercial Angus herd that we're 100% organic, grass-fed. Smoothness and the quietness of it just makes cattle working a pleasure. It's just a very important tool in our arsenal in our ranching business. The simplicity of the chute itself is easy to maintain, very little repair work on any of them, and I just think it's the best chute I've ever had, actually.
Support the Angus Foundation this January in Denver. Express Ranches offers a confirmed heifer pregnancy from EXAR Princess 7879 that packs a proven pedigree with a championship track record. This January due heifer calf is sired by the national champion Triple Crown winner DAMERON First Class and is out of the daughter of champion female Princess 1012. Place your bids during a new evening event at the National Western, celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 5 p.m. in the historic Stadium Arena, or bid online at liveauctions.tv.
Good cattle, good people, a focus on customer service. McCabe Genetics of Elk City, Kansas is proud to offer 200 Angus and 50 Hereford bulls for sale private treaty this fall. Developed under real-world conditions, the bulls are 18 to 24 months of age and ready to go to work. Free delivery and satisfaction guaranteed. McCabe Genetics. Learn more at McCabeGenetics.com or call us at 620-332-4244. That's 620-332-4244. Place your bids in support of the Angus Foundation. Pollard Farms donates a confirmed pregnancy from Henrietta Pride 2512. The April due heifer calf blends VAR Discovery 2240 with PF1P55 Henrietta Pride 2512, an integral part of the Pollard donor herd. She'll be offered during a new evening event at the National Western Stock Show celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 5 p.m. in the historic Stadium Arena, or bid online at liveauctions.tv. Beef quality is everyone's responsibility, including yours. That's why the Checkoff-funded Beef Quality Assurance Program is key to your future. BQA, empowering people because you can make a difference. Taking responsibility because it's our job, not someone else's. Working together because product safety and wholesomeness is everyone's business. Find out more at bqa.org.
Purchase an elite female and support the Angus Foundation. During the National Western Stock Show, Vintage Angus Ranch will offer a confirmed heifer pregnancy from VAR Blackbird 3328. Due in February, the heifer calf is sired by VAR Discovery 2240, and the maternal grandam is one of the breed's true power cows. Place your bids during a new evening event at the National Western, celebrating a century of Angus in the West. Join us Wednesday, January 11th, starting at 5 p.m. in the historic Stadium Arena, or bid online at liveauctions.tv.